Hi everyone. Today I decided to make a book haul of my 2025 last purchases, I guess, or like just some books. I'm traveling, so I guess like this is a book haul of the only books that I have here, plus my last 2025 purchases. So that it's not a lot, it's just because I wanted to record a video. First, this is from August and I was very excited to get it, and I'm kind of embarrassed to say that I haven't done much about it ever since, but it's A Feast of Ice and Fire. It's a book that has the ice and fire recipes basically, and it has like preface, like an introduction from George R. Martin, and it's separated by regions. So you have like the north, you have King's Landing, you have, you know, and each like you have Dorne, and each region has specific cuisine. And then you also have like medieval version of the meal and the modern version of the meal, and I was very excited to buy it and actually cook. And I feel very embarrassed to say that it's January of the next year and I haven't cooked a single thing, but I will. I promise I will. And if I succeed on making something, I'll might do a cooking video on the channel. I don't know, I really like to cook and it's book related, I guess. But yeah, I'm very excited to try. I think this is going to my 2026 to-do list. Yeah, I got it from Amazon. So yeah, the next one, it's part of a pile of books that is not here anymore. The rest of it is in my house, but this is the only one that survived. It's called Havana, and it's about a city in Italy. It says capital of empire, crucible of Europe, and it's supposed to tell the story of the fall of the Roman Empire and the beginning of the Byzantine Empire, maybe, I don't know. It says like the power of Roman faded and Constantinople became the seat of an empire. So I feel like it's the Byzantine Empire, if I'm not very crazy and very wrong, and if I am, I'm sorry. I left school a while ago, so sorry. But anyway, it intrigued me a lot. I've seen on Pinterest a long time ago some of the buildings, the churches, like some of the art that they have in this city in Italy, and it's just fabulous. And it's gonna talk a little bit about it and how the city played a role in defining east and west of the Mediterranean, kind of after or during the end and after the Roman Empire. So it intrigued me a lot. There's some pictures, images inside. And I got this book at Kramer's in DC, in Washington, DC, back in August too, and I bought other books in there, but they are back in my house already. So this is the only one that I have left here. The next one is also from August. It's Big Little Lies by Leanne Moriarty. I found this for $2.50. It's not gonna, yeah, but $2.50, and at a thrift, and I had to get it because I really love the TV show. The first season, I never liked the second season. I tried to pretend that it never happened, but this is one of the TV shows that I kind of forget that are an adaptation of a book. So I saw it for $2.50 and I was like, yeah, I mean, whatever, I'm gonna get it. But then I was like going to several thrifts, And then I went to a thrift after that, and I found the same book in better conditions for less money. Felt very upset. But anyway, I have it. You can see that it's very thrift-like. You can feel it. It's like falling apart. And that's the charm. Now we're going to the official last purchases of the year, December. I got A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms by George R.R. Martin. I'm not gonna say that I'm halfway through it, but I am, according to Goodreads, I'm like 33% in. I already finished the first short story, The Hedge Knight. So I feel like I'm ready for the TV show. Not even halfway, I'm in the beginning of the second short story. I like it a lot. I feel like I'm definitely gonna have to read it again. This is the first time that I'm fully reading any of Song of Ice and Fire books in English. I tried to read A Game of Thrones once, but I have a kind of difficulty of reading those books in English. Like, it takes me longer because I never know if I don't know the word or if it's just like a made up place, a made up word for the fantasy world, or if I just don't really know English and I don't know the word. So it kind of takes me longer because sometimes I have to research some words or some expressions and it takes me longer. Or sometimes I have to reread the same paragraph lots of times. I feel like this book in particular, because I don't really remember much of A Game of Thrones, and I remember not reading as many pages as I read right now. I felt that it has a style of English that is interesting. I wouldn't know how to put it in words. Some characters or some descriptions, they are not really what I'm used to hearing every day, so it makes me a little bit confused, and it's taking me longer to finish than I wanted. I started on January 2nd. Today is like January 15th, and I'm only not even halfway through it, but really good. Really excited for the TV show. I hope they don't mess it up like they did with House of the Dragon. On the same day, I bought Circe. I know this book is famous, and I know this book is a retelling. I feel like it's a retelling of what, the Odyssey, maybe? I wouldn't know. Like, I know it's from the same author that wrote, by the way, Madeline Miller, that wrote The Song of Achilles, that I bought last year in Colombia, and I haven't read it yet. But I know this book is very famous, and like when I purchased this, the lady was like passing through it, the cashier lady was like, you know, charging me. She was like, oh, I just finished it last night and I cried a lot. I hope you like it because this is really good. I was like, oh, thank you. This book is on my wish list for a while, is on my want to read list for a while, but I haven't read it yet for whatever reason. And to be honest, I only bought it because I needed to use the bathroom at Barnes & Noble, and to have the code for the bathroom door lock, it was on the receipt, so you kind of had to purchase something to be able to use the bathroom. Like, I tried to wait around for someone to leave it and like could sneak in, but it was kind of empty at the time. So I was just looking around to see if I found any books that I was interested in, and then I saw this and I was like, yeah, okay, today's your day. But after that, like, I kept walking around Barnes & Noble, and I found some things that piqued my interest, so I made a second purchase. The second purchase that includes A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms and includes Batman Hush. I have this comic, and at home, but I have it from a collection of hardcover comics, and like you collect them and then they create like a big image as you collect them. And I have the first one is this one, that's Hush, but it's divided into parts. And when I bought it like 5-6 years ago, I didn't have much money to spend, and they were cheap. I think they were like 15 reals. That would be like $3. But I was like, I don't know if I want to buy the second one, that it was around the same price. And I didn't read it at the time. Like, it took me a few months to read it. Then when I read it, I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy the sequel. But then it was sold out. And now every time that is on Amazon again to buy, it's like 60 reals, 70 reals. And honestly, I don't know if I feel like paying that for a comic book. So I never got the sequel. But I got to watch the animation movie that they have in HBO Max. Anyway, watched it a couple years ago and I really liked it. And so I have this thing with this story, because I feel like I needed to own the whole version. And now that I'm talking, maybe 60 or 70 reals, it's not gonna make much difference in my life. I mean, it will, but yeah, okay. So anyway, I found this and it was like, what, $10? That is almost 60 reals. My math is not mathing. And I got it. So it's a complete thing, it's a whole thing. It's just basically like story of a villain called Hush. And it's been a couple years that I watched it, many years that I read it, but he basically controls the other villains. So like, he's a guy that is more powerful than the other villains, and Batman has to figure out who he is and defeat him. But like, he is hard to track. Anyway, like it's a challenge for Mr. Batman. And I remember I had fun reading the first part, and I remember I had fun watching the animation. So yeah, I got it and I'm very happy with my purchase. Haven't read it yet because I was traveling, but I'm going to read as soon as I get home for sure. And the thing that actually made me buy everything that I bought on Barnes & Noble back in December was The Woman of Tomorrow, Supergirl, because I realized that I've never read anything, like any solo stories of Supergirl or any stories that she has more of a protagonism. And I have to confess that last year I watched Superman and I loved it, and I'm very excited for the Supergirl movie. At the Comic-Con, they had a stand, that's how we call it in Portuguese, I don't know how you call it in English. But anyway, they have like a big structure for Supergirl, and you could go inside and you could take pictures inside with the things. You could write like your name on the wall with neon pens. You had some little games that you could play inside, and you could get like a bottom, a pen. I think you guys call it a pen, backpack. Anyway, things like that. And you could see like her suit in there, and you could watch like a small video that the actress recorded for the Brazilian fans, just saying like, hey Brazil, I'm very excited to start promoting the thing. I wish I was there, but I'm not there. Hope you have fun. Anyway, so and it showed a little bit of the process of creating her suit on that little video too. I stayed in line to go on that stand thing for 2.5 hours. So I guess I am very excited for the movie. So I want to read it. But the stand thing was very underwhelming. Just if anyone got curious, it was very, very underwhelming. Jesus Christ. And Comic-Con was a experience for sure. So that's it. Everything that I bought in 2025. So that's it. This is everything I bought in the rest of 2025. I think this is the right position, and really excited to read my things. I'm very excited to cook my Ice on Fire news, and thank you for watching. I hope you guys had fun, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.